G'day, this is Matt, and this is episode 2 of Matt's Mates, or technically Pastor Matt's Mates. I was talking to Stu, and he thought we probably should call it Pastor Matt's Mates in case people didn't realise who I was. Yeah, I'm the pastor of Citywide Baptist Church, and I've got a lot of mates all around the world who are seeking to lead their communities. For some of them, leading churches, others leading community organisations, others just, being key players in their in the world they're in. And over the next weeks, I'm keen to catch up with some of my mates and get a bit of a sense of how the coronavirus epidemic is shaping up in their neck of the woods. And last week, I spoke to my mate Erion in Albania. Today, I'm speaking to my mate Daniel in Indonesia. He is the national president of the Churches of Christ in Indonesia. And because the internet there isn't so good, you'll only see me, sadly, but you'll hear his voice. And he sent me some photos so you can get a glimpse of who he is as we do this interview. So we'll start with asking him what this has all been like for him personally with his family, and you'll get more of a glimpse of how things are shaping up for the coronavirus epidemic in Indonesia. And as I've already indicated, I think the reason I think doing things like this is important is because we in Tasmania can be a bit secluded, we can be a bit sheltered, and this is a global crisis, and we need to understand not everybody is living in Tasmania and having the experiences we have. And while it feels a bit overwhelming here, some of the challenges others are facing are much more serious, actually. But anyway, this is my mate Daniel, and as I said, this first question was for him, how he's finding the coronavirus epidemic personally.
for for me and my family, yeah, for me, my wife and my son is only 1 year old, and he usually will go with us, going out and not really visiting some places. We just enjoying go inside our car and let my son see the world inside from his baby chair inside the car. And I can sense that he's a bit restless. He's only 1 year old, but he kind of really he he feels that the thing is not like it used to be. So he destroys a lot of things in our house, which is a bit fun to watch, sometimes frustrating as well, especially for my wife. But we also experienced that. For example, when I think it's about 3 weeks ago, no, exactly for about 5 months ago, when we heard about that the COVID-19 had entered Singapore, and then our Minister of Health say we should be thankful that nobody is in Indonesia is infected, and we kind of all right, the government say it's okay, and then we say that's fine. So then we still doing our work. I'm still teaching in Salatiga, going back and forth there, and my wife's still going to the market, and we also have ministry in some churches. But then when we realized that about 4 weeks ago, when government mentioned about 2 people got infected in Jakarta, then we realized we need to do something. Yeah, we were a bit shocked too, because the TV, the news keep on broadcasting about the casualties, about coronas, and all of a sudden media changed their focus, shifting from whatever they usually broadcasting into corona, into virus, into this pandemic. The first week bit difficult for me personally, as a husband, as a father, and also churches still, at that time, still fighting whether it is wise to to keep doing the service, or we will put it into holiday, something like, or do it online. So I'm kind of juggling between family and the leadership nationwide, and also people in the church, local church, that I need to look after. But then, but I think the situation like this also bring the best out of people. Sometimes it also bring frustration, but also bring the best out of people. People then starting to, doing this creative stuff, try to protect their family. So I'm kind of kind of doing some research as well. So what kind of virus is this, rather than what media try to emphasize based on the fear and maybe hoax or something like that. So I'm doing some research how this particular virus spreading out, whether it's airborne or whether it's contagious through kind of fluid or something. And then I realized, well, I need to stop listening to the media. I need to focus on my family, focus on my calling, to, ministering to the Lord, importantly. And yeah, things a bit different right now. I don't know about my wife, but me myself start to enjoying stay at home, doing a lot of work from home. Bit frustrating because I love teaching and I love have a connection with my students, have feedback, kind of interact with them. The first 2 weeks bit frustrating because of technology, but right now I just I think I accept that as the way it is right now that God allow us to experience. And yeah, probably, even though this is maybe not the best time in the world, but probably we also need something like this, I think, so that, like I said before, to bring the best out of us, and also to remind people that there is thing, and also a lot of things that we cannot control, and that's where we can rely on the Lord. And that's how I see it as a family. And my dad, of course, my father and my mother. This is funny. I think I need to tell you this. We in our church, in the Church of Christ, there's a lot of older generation, but also a lot of younger generations, and younger generation tend to be like really really open themselves into the media, really doing their own research. And for example, my dad and my mom, they still wanted to have service, and I was kind of, look, come on, we are in a pandemic right now, why you still want to have service? So we have this kind of little conflict. And we also have somebody as a member of congregation pass away, and he passed away, I think, only a week after government announced officially that there were 2 people infected. And as a pastor, of course, I need to look after the family, and also I need to lead the funeral. My flesh said, whoa, this is a bit scary. And people in Java, like they come from different places and sit together. There is no social distancing in the village. That's something foreign. And we also, as a part of the culture, if someone passes away, we need to wash the body, the corpse, and also to put the suit, put the shoes. So I did that with the help of other people. But I said, well, Lord, this is your will. Somebody passed away. So it means that I'm not trying to doing something stupid. I'm doing my love to him, to the family. So then I just give it to him. And then, well, praise God, I don't feel any symptom right now. So, yeah. So that's the thing. Sometimes we need to deal something like that.
Well, mate, it's good to hear. It feels like at the moment, the reason I'm having these conversations is it's important for us here in Tasmania to remember that there is a whole world out there, and we're all facing the same challenges, and we're all facing them in different ways. So I was keen to talk to some of my friends who are in different places about how it's going in their place.
Yes, absolutely. We are part of the world, and it's good to hear from each other. Exactly.
So thanks for having this conversation, Daniel.
It's my pleasure, Matt. Thank you for having me.